Hey, thanks for stopping by. And if you've been here before, welcome back. My name is Brett, but my friends call me Ooch, and this is the Ooch Experience. On the Ooch Experience, we do lots of fun things. Yo-yo tricks, sign language, we play games, we learn dance moves, and today's no different, except we're gonna move a little bit faster, okay? I don't wanna waste any time. Now I know what you're probably thinking. You've seen my show, right? Okay, yo-yo trick, right? Wrong! I have something special for you today. A spin top. Yeah, a spin top. It's a skill toy, just like a yo-yo. As a matter of fact, they're very similar. Did you know that the spin top and the yo-yo are related? Yeah, they're like cousins. I mean, think about it. What's their only purpose in life? To spin. That's right. Spin tops spin on their point like this, and yo-yos spin on the string. Now, the big difference, of course, between yo-yos and spin tops is that the string on a spin top is not connected. Okay, it eventually releases, where with a yo-yo, it's always connected. There are other differences, obviously, like this has a pointy tip to it. Yo-yos don't. But anyways, I love spin tops, and you probably have played with spin tops and didn't even know it. What about Beyblades? You ever used those before? Yeah, those are just little spin tops that you use like a ripcord to launch, and then they spin and they battle each other. Well, this is no different. Now check out how a spin top works. You actually throw a spin top upside down, and by the time it reaches the end of the string, it flips over. Now, back in the old days, when people played with spin tops more frequently, I think they would just throw the spin top and let it balance on the ground because that's pretty much all people knew how to do. Let's see if I can do it. Yeah, that's not great. Watch what happens. Did you see that? It runs away. Well, two things. Number one, when the spin top is on the ground, it's not super fun. Now, of course, if I threw it harder, maybe it would stay a little bit straighter and then things would be, well, a little bit better. But I'd rather catch a spin top in my hand. That way I can control it. You saw how it rolled away, right? Well, guess what? When a spin top rolls away, it doesn't roll straight. No, it rolls in little arches. Well, when I first learned how to use a spin top, I was in Canada. I was on a yo-yo tour, and one of my friends was like, "Hey, Ooch, you want to learn how to throw a spin top?" And I was like, "Heck yeah, of course I do." But our room was too small. So we had to go out into the hallway to practice. Now, I don't know about you, but learning how to throw a spin top for the first time is crazy because you can never catch it in your hand. You just miss and then it rolls away. But does a spin top roll straight? Nope. It rolls in what? Arches. Right. Well, we were in a hallway in a hotel at 2:00 in the morning. So the first time I threw the spin top, I was like, spin top goes down on the ground and it rolls. But it rolled down the hall. Door, 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 door. And then all of a sudden people start opening their doors and I was like, ran into my room, waited for all the doors to close, came back out, grabbed my spin top, tried it again. I was like, oh man, I better catch it this time. Threw the spin top, missed, door, 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 down the hall, ran away, waited for people to, stop looking out of their rooms. Let me tell you, moral of the story, if you want to learn how to throw a spin top, don't do it at 2:00 in the morning in a hotel room or in a hotel hallway in Canada. Anyways, here's how a spin top works. You throw the spin top and hopefully catch it in your hand, just like this. Now, this is a special spin top because in the tip, it has a roller bearing. And that roller bearing is allowing the tip to spin even faster. I can hold the tip and the top continues to spin while I hold it. This enables the spin top to not only spin longer, but do crazy tricks. You want to see a crazy spin top trick? Okay, I'll show one to you right now. Check it out. Of course, winding a spin top, that's kind of the worst part because it takes a while and there's no shortcut to that. But I'll tell you, once you have a nice tight wind, it's ready to go. So here we go. All right, this first trick is called Crazy Eights. Watch what happens. Spin top leaves the hand. It's making a figure eight. What? Ah, yeah. Okay, now, check this one out. This looks impossible, right? Well, it gets better. Check this out. Aw, yeah. It's doing somersaults. Perfect. This is a spin top, and there's so much you can do with a spin top. I think I'm going to do more with spin tops in future episodes. But right now, I have something really exciting to share with you at the desk. Let's go. Okay, it's desk time. Chair time. Whoa. I get to sit at the desk? Oh man, I feel so professional. I feel like I should be offering advice right now, but not for free. 25 cents, please. What do you want to know? I could tell you anything. Will it be useful? Probably not. Well, actually, now that I think about it, the desk is a pretty useful place for me because usually when we're at the desk, we learn things like what? Sign language, right? Sign language. Sometimes we learn sign language. Last episode, we learned rock, paper, scissors, shoot. I keep tying with myself every time I do it. Paper, scissors, shoot. Forget it. Well, anyways, we will do some sign language here, I think, okay? But actually today at the desk, I wanted to teach you a skill that you can use for the rest of your life. And when you use it properly, people will be impressed. Aw, yeah. What I'm talking about is the handshake. Yeah. When you meet someone for the first time, most of the time, you'll probably have to shake hands. And did you know people are going to judge you based on what kind of handshake you have? So if you have an awesome handshake, people are going to think you're awesome. That's right. And did you know there's a secret to shaking hands? Yeah, there's a secret. And I don't think anybody ever talks about it. I feel like I discovered it, but I feel like it's also been around for a long time. What it is has to do with your hand, obviously, because you're doing a handshake. But not just your hand, but this part of your hand. I don't know what this is called, but I call it the thumb pit. Thumb pit. Yeah. When you meet someone for the first time, you want to make sure that your thumb pit docks with the other person's thumb pit, just like that. You want to make sure your thumb pits meet, which is way cooler than like armpits. Can you imagine if we lived in a society where we like shook hands with our armpits? We like shook arms and it was armpit. Anyways, I'm talking about thumb pits. So your thumb pit needs to dock with the other person's thumb pit. So all you're thinking about is what? Thumb pits. In it goes, you dock. And as soon as your thumb pit docks with their thumb pit, you lock hands and then you rock just like that. I don't know. What do you think? 2? 3 maybe? 1, 2, 3. 3 is pretty solid. Up to you. This is going to be your handshake. You could do 5 if you wanted. I wouldn't go more than 5. It'll become awkward. Yeah. Okay. So what do we learn? If you have a cool handshake, people are going to think, pretty cool person. How do you start off? Make sure your thumb pit docks with theirs. You lock hands and then rock it. I'd say 3 times. 3 times for me, sometimes 2. And not only do you lock, but you lock your eyes too. Make sure you look them right in the eyes with a nice big smile. Shake hands, release, and then done. Signature move, handshake. Yes. Okay, so speaking of meeting people for the first time, there are some times that I go to schools and I do performances. I mean, you've probably seen me at your school. Well, something weird happens sometimes. Sometimes when I go to a school, a little kid will just magically appear out of nowhere. I don't know where they come from. Presumably, they're probably supposed to be in class, but maybe they escaped. I don't know. But it's usually the really little ones. And the really little kids, when they don't recognize you, they do not hide it. I mean, I remember being at a school once, and then I'm just doing my thing, setting up, and I turn around, and there's this little kid looking right at me. They stopped, and they were confused, and they were like, I don't know you. And I was like, Now, the reason why I was like, is because their finger was like this close to my nose. And I'm like, And the little kid goes, switching hands, they go, what's your name? And I just was like, I almost forgot my name. And then I remembered my name, but I didn't say it right because they heard something totally different. I was like, it's Brett. But I didn't actually say Brett. I just said Brett. And they looked at me and went, bread? And I looked at them and went, did you just call me bread? And they looked at me and they were like, is your name really Bread? And then I looked at me and was like, do I look like a bread? And that little kid was like, Yeah. And then they ran away. Never saw the kid again. Now, I don't care that the kid thought my name was Bread. I think that's kind of funny. What concerns me is that they might have gone home and told their parents my name is Bread. Now, that's weird. Because if they told their parents my name's Bread, now their parents are probably thinking when I was a baby, my parents were just like, I don't know what to call this guy. Forget a normal human name. And someone said to them, well, what does he look like? And they're like, oh, that's a good idea. Well, he looks like a... And then they were just like, he's approximately loaf-sized. He's warm and smushy and smells fresh. Like a loaf of bread. Anyways, that was weird. You can call me Bread, though. I don't mind. I mean, because if I think about it, as far as all the nicknames in the world, Bread's probably a good one to have because most people like bread. Do you like bread? Yeah. Which makes my nickname Bread pretty likable. Speaking of bread, do you want to learn the sign for bread? Oh yeah, it's easy. It goes like this. You make like a loaf, like this is the loaf of bread with your hand, and then you slice it. This is the sign for bread. So you slice the bread, and that's the sign. Cool, huh? So what's up? My name's Bread. Okay, well, I think it's time to dance. Are you ready to dance? All right, let's go. Oh yeah, we have the perfect floor. No more flying carpets for me. This is a tap floor. This floor is meant to be able to pick up sounds of tap dancing, which we're not going to be doing today, but yeah. You want to learn how to tap dance? Ha, I can teach you how to tap dance. Did you know when I was about 8 years old, might have even been 7 years old, I started taking tap class? Yeah, because I love to dance and I wanted to be famous. And then quickly after I started tap dancing, I realized, wait a minute, maybe I can't be famous by just being a tap dancer. And that's when the yo-yos came in. Are you kidding me? A tap dancing yo-yo person? Aw, yeah. Anyways, I get ahead of myself. We're not going to do tap today, but I will teach you a couple of tap moves in the future. Today, we're just going to learn a simple body percussion rhythm that you can do all day and all night, as long as you want, because it's super easy. And it uses the up, up, down, down move that we've learned before. So up, up, down, down is simply this. Up, up, down, down. Just like that. Up, down, down. With me. Up, down, down. That's right. Up, down, down. Now, the way it's going to actually look is this. This is the actual rhythm. It's going to go stomp, clap, stomp, clap, stomp, stomp, clap, up, down, down, stomp, clap. Now, I know that probably seems like a lot, but again, this is a video. You can go back and practice as much as you want, but I haven't even started really teaching you yet. So the up, down, down, easy. You got it? I figured you did. Aw, yeah. Now for the rhythm. It sounds like this. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Did you notice the little pause there? It was stomp, clap, stomp, clap. You did? Cool. Oh, yeah. So here we go. So it's stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Then we do two stomps. Stomp, stomp, clap. And then we go up, down, down, up, down, down. And we finish with a stomp and a clap. Yeah, that's it. All right, let's go super slow. Well, not too slow, because that makes it actually harder. Here we go. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Stomp, stomp, clap. Up, down, down, stomp, clap. Did you do it? Yes, I knew you could do it. Oh, you didn't do it. Oh, well, that's okay. Mistakes are good, right? Because when we learn from our mistakes, what do? We level up and become even better. So let's try it again. Here we go. Stomp, clap, stomp, clap. Then what? Stomp, stomp, clap. Then what? Up, down, down, stomp, clap. That's actually the hardest part. Up, down, down, stomp, clap. Yeah. All right, let's go from the beginning. You ready? Here we go. Did you do it? Yes, almost. Fine. Not even close. That's okay too. Let's go one more. Here we go. One more. By the way, anytime a dance teacher says one more time, don't believe them. They never mean it, including me. But one more time. Okay, here we go. So, stomp, clap, stomp, clap. stomp, stomp, clap, up, up, down, down, stomp, clap. All right, let's do it 2 times in a row, and I won't say anything. Here we go. That's going to be difficult for me. Oh, I can talk now. Okay, perfect. So that's it. That's the rhythm. It's that simple. What an interesting episode we had today. I mean, we did spin tops. Can you believe what spin tops can do these days? Yeah, we learned how to be super social by learning about thumb pits, the handshake, dock, lock, and rock. Aw, yeah. And yeah, I don't know. That's it. We learned a super simple rhythm. Perfect, perfect, great. Everything's good. Great show. Time to go. So I will leave with a wave and a smile and a jog, which we haven't talked about yet. Oh, wait, that seems that it's a good idea. Quick reminder. All right. Well, waving is super social, right? Have you ever waved at someone randomly and they waved back? Yeah, good feeling, right? Because you made that happen. Have you ever smiled first? I've talked about this in early episodes. Yeah. Well, today's tip of the day is super simple. It turns out that by crossing the street, you can change the world. I put a lot of thought into this. Have you ever crossed the street before? Yeah. What are you supposed to do before you cross the street? Yeah, look both ways. That's right. Once you've looked a couple of times to make sure nothing's coming and you start to cross the street, well, believe it or not, you're not done. If you want to make a huge difference in this world, how you cross the street is important. And here's what you use. The wave. Show me the wave. Perfect. No, not this wave. Wrong wave. This is for dance. This is for the dance floor. Okay, we're on the dance floor. Show me the wave. Okay, but the wave I mean is this one. Can you do it with the other hand? Can you do it with both hands? Okay, great. Show me the smile. Give me a head nod. Okay, no, not a creepy smile. No, not this. Yeah, no, just a normal smile like this and a head nod. Throw a wave, and here we go. Do it in place. Jog with me. Okay, so here's the deal. You're at a street, you're on the corner, you're about to cross the street. Well, when someone has to stop to let you go, they usually are stopping because they have to let the pedestrian go, and they are usually in a hurry, which means the faster you cross the street, the better the driver is going to feel. But I take it one step further. Not only when you cross the street are you now going to jog to let them know that you're not going to waste their time, but if you throw a wave, a smile, and a head nod, you're saying hi, you're being friendly, you're giving them a smile, letting them know that, okay, I'm going to let you go, and you go quickly. I'll tell you, the person who's sitting in that seat right then waiting, they're going to look at you, and they're going to judge everybody else in the world by how you cross the street. If you start to cross the street and you just basically look at them, tie your shoe, take your time, and then cross the street, the person sitting in that car is going to get really frustrated and they're going to think, kids these days. But if you see that they stopped for you, you acknowledge them by giving them a head nod, a wave, and then you jog across the street. Oh my gosh, then it's a totally different story. They're going to be like, kids these days. Wow. I didn't realize how polite they were. And then that person goes on their way, having a great day, and you made a difference. Aw, yeah. Well, should probably get out of here, huh? All right. See you next time? Okay, cool.
Ooch Experience.